Okay, welcome everyone. We're going to get started on today's webinar. So we're going to be covering the health sciences programs that we offer here at Algonquin College in Pembroke. My name is Sean Roach, and I am an Algonquin College admissions officer and recruitment officer with the Pembroke campus. And we are going to explore the health science programs that we do offer here at the campus in Pembroke. So if you do have any questions, you can submit them through the question and or the chat tab in your webinar interface, and we will get those questions answered at the end of the presentation. So the different health sciences programs that we do offer at Algonquin College here in Pembroke is the Bachelor of Science in Nursing program, which is offered in collaboration with the University of Ottawa, as well as the 2-year practical nursing program, the 1-year personal support worker certificate program, as well as the pre-health science pathways. So we do have 2 options for the pre-health science pathways. The first is the pre-health science pathway to certificates and diplomas program, as well as the pre-health science pathways to advanced diplomas and degrees. So the first program we're going to talk about is the Bachelor of Science in Nursing program. So it is a 4-year collaborative degree offered in collaboration with the University of Ottawa. So students studying at the Pembroke campus will spend all 4 years of their studies at the Pembroke campus, so you don't have to worry about transferring between Pembroke and Ottawa between the labs. So all your classes and all your labs are delivered on the Pembroke campus. There is a shortage of nurses within the province of Ontario, as recent studies have shown. They do need more than 17,000 more registered nurses to meet the national average. And the nursing programs in Ontario are very popular, and we have a very high standing within the province of Ontario with our nursing grads. And Canada will be short almost 60,000 full-time nurses by 2022, so that is just a short time away. So there will be lots of job opportunities within the nursing sector, no matter where you are, whether you want to study in Ontario or you're going to be moving elsewhere after graduation. And the city of Pembroke does have a rich history of nursing, including over 100 years of training in nursing. So we did start with the Lorraine School of Nursing, and then that transferred over into the college system once the college system overtook the training of nurses back in the late 1960s. And then we established the Bachelor of Science in Nursing program in collaboration with the University of Ottawa in the early 2000s. So if you're deciding if this program is the right fit for you, you have to ask yourself if you do have a passion for helping people, or if you enjoy the challenges of working with people of all ages, developmental stages, or diverse backgrounds. Are you a dedicated patient advocate, or do you function well both with individually and a team environment, or are you able to handle physically demanding situations? So if you have answered yes to any or more of those questions, a career in the nursing field might be very suitable for yourself. If you think about what a nurse might have to entail within their regular day-to-day duties, it is a fairly physically demanding job. You are on your feet for 12 hours at a time, and having shift work throughout that time, and working with different types of patients and through different backgrounds as well as working individually within your team and with your team members as well. So being able to tie all those things together will make you very dedicated to working within the nursing field. So an example of some of your classes that you're going to be taking within the Bachelor of Science in Nursing program will be a class in Human Anatomy and Physiology, class over stemming the detriments of health, learning about the microbiology and immunology of nursing, getting an introduction to nursing science, as well as learning about the pathophysiology, lifespan psychology, as well as clinical pharmacology, as well as care of adults experiencing illnesses. And obviously your career pathways out of the Bachelor of Science in Nursing program would be to find employment within different hospitals, long-term care homes, community clinics, public health departments, private industry, working with disaster relief areas, or working within the government as well. And also moving over into our practical nursing program, the practical nursing is a 2-year Ontario College Diploma program which prepares students for work in the healthcare system. You do have access to the state-of-the-art lab facilities, including the interactive simulated mannequins. Now, students in the Bachelor of Science in Nursing program also have access to the nursing labs as well, but they typically get access to the nursing labs after their first year of studies, whereas students within the practical nursing program, they'll get to introduce into the lab skills fairly early into their program. And the mannequins that we do have available within our nursing labs, as I've mentioned, they are state-of-the-art, and they do talk, breathe, and respond to different stimuli. So they are a great resource to help nursing students practice some of the different techniques that they will be learning within the practical nursing program. It is an in-demand career path, as I had referenced with the Bachelor of Science in Nursing program. There is a huge demand of nurses, not only within the province of Ontario, but also Canada-wide. And the practical nursing program does offer a perfect blend of theory, lab techniques, as well as applied experiences and independent study. So you can gain hands-on learning within our modern lab. So you can see from some of the pictures here, we do have the lab set up like you would see in an actual hospital setting. We have the hospital beds with the mannequins lying in them, with the fully functional equipment all hooked up to the beds. So students get to practice their techniques, working with those mannequins and working with the infrastructure that is available within those nursing labs. And as I mentioned, you get to practice on those simulated patients and with a variety of different medical systems. So you can hook up different apparatuses to those sim mannequins and simulate different breathing difficulties, and you can actually specialize it from the left side to the right side. So you have to listen to those different breathing sounds and identify, what that is and where it's coming from. And one part of the program is you get to collaborate with a diverse range of students from other programs during the interprofessional mock critical training incident training exercise that is on campus every year. So students within the nursing programs will collaborate with students from the Applied Nuclear Science Radiation Safety programs, social service worker program, as well as the environmental technician program and police foundations program. And it is centered around some sort of nuclear explosion. And then the nurses part, they come in and do some first aid at the site of the assessment. And then later on in the simulation of the exercise, they actually create a triage station within the nursing labs, and the folks that dress up as the victims of the scenario, they get funneled through the triage lab and into different parts of the nursing lab where they can receive different types of medical attention. So career pathways out of the 2-year practical nursing program would be to register as a registered practical nurse and work in collaboration with healthcare teams in different community clinics, private homes, nursing homes, as well as rehabilitative, medical, surgical, and obstetrical units. Okay, so next I'm going to talk about our 1-year personal support worker certificate program. So it is covered over the 8-month period of September and ending at the end of April. And within the program, you do have the opportunity to earn the food handler certificate program during your consolidation placement. And you will graduate with over 200 hours of practical training experience within the community, which you can then apply towards your resume to apply for positions within the personal support worker field. So your career pathways coming out of the personal support worker program after graduation, you can find work within retirement homes, long-term care facilities, home care agencies, as well as hospitals, as well as you get access within the program to the live nursing lab as well. Sorry, I'll go back. So within the live nursing lab, I'll go back to this picture here. So we do have a live setup, and much like the nursing labs that the nursing students use, we do have an actual dedicated personal support worker lab where it is set up more like a long-term care facility. And in the back of the lab, we do have a fully functional bathroom and laundry facility, as well as a bed setup and a kitchen setup. So we do have an opportunity for the students to practice using the lifting techniques, using the lifting apparatus, attaching that to one of the mannequins and transporting them over into the bathroom facilities area, as well as using the kitchen setup. They get to experience preparing different types of meals that they may have to prepare for their residents within the long-term care facilities. Okay, so next I'm going to talk about our pre-health science pathways programs to certificates and diplomas. So this program is also an 8-month certificate program, which does start in September and runs until the end of April. And you do have the opportunity to develop strong study skills and earn post-secondary credits that may be transferred to other programs. And this program also offers you a blend of hands-on and theoretical learning that you are able to then apply towards another health program within Algonquin College. And it is a perfect stepping stone to preparing yourself for that next educational journey that you want to take. So pathways out of the PreHealth Sciences programs for certificates and diplomas. Upon completion, you can enter into health programs such as Dental Assisting Level 1 and Level 2, the Fitness and Health Promotion Program at Algonquin College in Ottawa, Occupational Therapist Assistant or Physiotherapist Assistant, the Paramedic Program, Practical Nursing Program at the Pembroke or Ottawa campus, the Pre-Service Firefighting Education and Training Program, or the Veterinary Assistant or Veterinary Technician programs. So if you are someone that did not have the admission requirements to enter into those programs originally, or maybe if you weren't successful on the health program admission test that is required for those types of programs, you can take the PreHealth Science program for certificates and diplomas to either build up those admission requirements if you need one of the sciences or a higher level of math, or if you just want to build a bigger foundation for yourself before you enter into those highly competitive health programs. That's what this PreHealth Science programs for certificates and diplomas is designed for those students to be successful in those healthcare programs if they didn't have the admission requirements to enter into them right away. Okay, so moving over to our PreHealth Sciences pathways to advanced diplomas and degrees. Much like the pathway for certificates and diplomas, if you don't have the admission requirements to enter into a program that is an advanced diploma or a degree program, by taking the courses offered through this particular program will enable you to apply for those advanced diploma and degree programs going forward. So this is also an 8-month certificate program running from September until the end of April. And much like the certificate program, you will develop strong study skills to earn those post-secondary credits that you can transfer over to other post-secondary programs. And it also offers a blend of hands-on and theoretical learning. Much like the certificates and diplomas program, the advanced diplomas and degrees program will get you into some of the science labs and working with your hands for some of the science-based courses. So your pathways out of the advanced diplomas and degrees program, you can pursue programs such as the biotechnology advanced program at Algonquin College in Ottawa, or their cardiovascular technology program, or their dental hygiene program, massage therapy, medical radiation technology, or respiratory therapy. And you can also apply to the Bachelor of Science in Nursing program from the PreHealth Science programs for advanced diplomas and degrees. Even if you don't have university credits originally from high school, by taking the math and science-based courses through the advanced diplomas and degrees programs may potentially enable you to be accepted within that Bachelor of Science and Nursing program in collaboration with the University of Ottawa. So just to go over some of the admission requirements for these programs that I have talked about today, the Bachelor of Science and Nursing program, the admission requirements is a mix of university level courses for English grade 12, biology grade 12, and chemistry grade 12, and then a mix of the functions 3M university level functions or the mathematics university level grade 12. And any mix of those 6 courses can get you entry into the Bachelor of Science in Nursing program. Or if you don't have those credits from high school, you can also go into the PreHealth Science pathways for advanced diplomas and degrees to pick up the admission requirements to be eligible for the Bachelor of Science in Nursing programs in collaboration with the University of Ottawa. For the practical nursing program, you do require an English grade 12 with a mark of 65% or higher, as well as a mathematics grade 12 with a mark of 65 or higher, and then a biology and chemistry grade 11 or 12, and both of those courses would require a mark of 65% or higher. Now, for applicants to the practical nursing program, once you have met those admission requirements for the English, math, biology, and chemistry, or if you're a current high school student and are currently registered in those courses, you will be sent an invitation to write the Algonquin College Health Program Aptitude Test. So that's the HPAT test that you may have heard of at some point during your research into the practical nursing program. So that is your last step to get accepted into the practical nursing program. Once you write that particular test, get the successful score, you will be offered a offer of acceptance into the practical nursing program, or a conditional offer of acceptance if you're currently working on any of the other admission requirements. And for the personal support worker program, you require an English grade 12 with a mark of 50% or higher. And it is recommended if you have a mathematics grade 11 course and or a biology grade 11 or 12 course as well. Now, it is important to note that the mathematics and biology is not needed to get accepted into the personal support worker program. But if you do have that background, you will have a much easier time with the concepts and the courses within the personal support worker program. And for both pre-health science pathways programs, so both the certificates and diplomas programs, as well as the advanced diplomas and degrees programs, you do require an English grade 12 with a mark of 60% or higher, as well as a grade 11 math with a mark of 65% or higher. Okay, so I've gone over the program, so I'm just going to talk about Algonquin College and the Pembroke campus as well. So our mission on the campus is to transform your hopes and dreams into lifelong success through a lot of our experiential learning and hands-on experiences that you will experience within Algonquin College will get you onto that pathway for lifelong success. So the Pembroke campus, we are located about an hour and a half away from the Ottawa campus, just west on Highway 17. Ottawa campus is the main campus for Algonquin College. They have about 22,000 students on campus. And in Pembroke, we have about 1,000 students. And then about 45 minutes south of Ottawa is our Perth campus, and they have about 250 students down at their campus. So we're all within a 2-hour radius of each other. So we're all we're a very closely knit community within the college family. In the Waterfront campus itself, as you can see from a nighttime sunset picture over the river of our library, we are a small, warm, and friendly campus, and our average class size does range from about 25 to 50 students, which does provide a great student-to-professor ratio. Now, especially specific to our nursing programs, the Bachelor of Science in Nursing program and the Practical Nursing program, the maximum amount of students that we take into those programs is about 50 students. So if you think about other larger colleges and other nursing programs, especially some of the university programs where they may have upwards of 250 to 300 students within the program, within our program, we only have about 48 to 50. So that does allow a lot of great one-on-one instruction within the classroom, within the labs, as well as support within the placements as well. And especially within our practical nursing program, same thing. Our class sizes are fairly small comparable to some of those other larger colleges where they could have upwards of 100 or 200 students within their practical nursing program. Again, our lab sizes are divvied up in between about 12 to 15 students, which does allow a ratio of 1 to 3 3 students to every instructor within the lab environment. So again, lots of great one-on-one instruction available inside the classroom and outside of the classroom. And 50% of our 1,000 students do come from outside Renfrew County. So it does create a nice community type feeling on campus for those types of students. And all in all, within all of our programs, we have lots of great hands-on learning experiences, community partnerships, as well as work integrated learning opportunities, as I had referenced with the critical incident mock training exercise that is on campus every year in collaboration with many of the programs, including the practical nursing and Bachelor in Science and Nursing programs. So we also have lots of great student support services available for our students as well. So we have our Center for Accessible Learning, which is there to assist students if they have learning disabilities, if they fall under the ADHD or autism spectrum disorder, if they have an acquired brain injury or other diagnosis as well. They can apply for accommodations within their learning environment to help support them throughout their studies within the program, such as requiring extra time to write tests, a quiet room to write exams in as well, or access to peer tutoring services and other services as well. We also have access to student success specialists, as well as counseling services and health services, as well as employment support for anyone looking to beef up their resume if they're going to be applying for jobs on campus or whenever they're getting close to graduation, or if they're looking for placement or co-op opportunities, they can reference our employment support team for help in those areas, such as resume, cover letter building, or interview assistance as well. And our employment support team, they do offer healthcare job fairs on campus, as well as part-time job and volunteer fairs on campus as well, to help support those students looking for work either at the start of the year or whenever they're finishing their programs. We also offer free academic coaching through our library services as well as financial aid. So if anyone is looking at applying for an OSAP loan, or if you're from another province and looking for information on that province's financial aid system, or if you're also looking for information on bursaries or scholarships that may be available to you, you can reference our financial aid team, and we'll be able to help you out throughout that process and show you what you need to get. And speaking of financial aid, we do hand out over $250,000 in bursaries annually to our students, and that is just specific to the Pembroke campus. So if you think about when I said we have about 1,000 students on campus, and if you're also look at the $250,000 that we do hand out annually, it does offer a really great chance for you as a student to be able to get a good chunk of money to apply towards your tuition. And there are lots of different student experiences that are available to the students as well, because we like to promote a healthy work-life balance, starting when you're in school. So when you transition into the workforce, you can keep up that work-life balance to keep energized and keep your mental health on a positive note. So through some of the pictures here, you can get a little snapshot, get an idea as to some of the different opportunities that we do offer on campus, such as the haunted hallway, costume competitions, our logger sports team, which is one of the varsity teams that is available from the campus as well, gingerbread house building, sending letters, Santa letters to Thor. We also have orientation activities within the first week of school, fall games day. We also have winter carnivals. There's different theme nights throughout the year as well, put on by our Students Association. So there's lots of events happening on campuses as well within the local community. So you will not get bored outside of class. And one course that is available to every student at Algonquin College, whether you're studying at the Ottawa, Pembroke, or Perth campuses, is to take the Rainforest and Tropical Science General Education course. So if you are in a program that requires a general education elective course at one point in your program, you may want to look into this Rainforest and Tropical Science Education course. So this is an 8-day trip to Costa Rica that takes place during the Winter Reading Week, which typically takes place in late February. It will introduce students to ecotourism and ecology principles using rainforest systems of Costa Rica as a classroom. You will also get to study at Earth University and learn about sustainable development. And through completion of this course, as I mentioned, you will be granted a course credit that can be applied to your general education elective. There is an additional cost for students to be able to take this particular course, but it is a really great international experience that we do encourage everyone to take advantage of if they are able to. Okay, so if anyone does have any questions about any of the programs that we did cover today, I have put up the program coordinator information for those programs. So if you have any program-specific questions about the Bachelor of Science in Nursing program, Angela Rintoul is the program coordinator for that particular program, and her email is there. Now, for anyone interested in applying to that program, you don't actually apply through Ontario colleges. You actually apply through the Ontario University Application Service, and the applications are actually handled by the University of Ottawa, not Algonquin College. So all the admission decisions and communications would be coming from the University of Ottawa, and then you would be studying with us in Pembroke using our facilities and have access to our professors. And then for the practical nursing program, as well as the personal support worker program, Heather Klein-Horsman is the program coordinator for those programs. So her email information is displayed on the screen there for anyone who has any questions for those programs. And then Bo Stelmack, he is the program coordinator for the PreHealth Pathways to Certificates and Diplomas, as well as the advanced diplomas and degrees programs. So if anyone does have any program-specific questions for those pathway programs, you can send Bo an email. And if you do have any questions about the Pembroke campus or general questions about any of our programs, you can send our recruitment officer, Sachin Sethi, an email. His email is displayed on the screen as well. Or you can also send me an email as well. My name, again, was Sean Roach, and my email is roches@algonquincollege.com. Now, I do thank you for joining today's webinar, and I hope we are able to answer any questions that you may have had coming in. If not, you can submit your questions through the question or chat tab in the webinar interface, and I'll be able to answer those questions very shortly. So again, thanks for attending today's webinar, and I hope to see you on campus someday soon.